And with that, let's go to our first question. And we're going to go to Dale down in Wellsville. Hi, Dale. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I appreciate your effort in a lot of things that you're doing. I follow you somewhat, and I try to keep abreast of a few things. I've heard also that there's a couple things. This isn't exactly what I told the lady that I talked to earlier, but I heard there's even a tax going to be levied on sale of homes to go toward this Obamacare thing, which I can't imagine how selling a home would have something to do with your health care, but I don't know if that's, someone told me that just recently.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Starting in 2013, there's a 3.8% sales tax buried in the health care law that is charged on real estate transactions. If you sell your home, you're going to pay Uncle Sam 3.8% of that transaction. So it is crazy. Go ahead, Dale. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all fine. The other thing that I'm always wanted to put forward to anyone who's in office is, a lot of people say, well, what have you done for me? What are you doing for our district? And of course, I've always believed that most politicians want to do all they can for the district, which invariably causes a cost against every person in the United States. But what my question is, what might we do to repeal some of the ridiculous things and the unnecessary things that really keep us from pursuing our American dream and being actually responsible for all of our own actions and our own future?
Dale, that's a very good question, and I appreciate you asking because you're exactly right. Every time that we try to put an earmark into an appropriations bill for a special unique project in our district, the taxpayers all over America have to pay for that. That means that if a representative out in California wants to put in an earmark for a turtle crossing of the highway, people in Ohio have to pay for it. That's why I supported and I still support the ban on earmarks and as a means to reduce our nation's deficit and get our spending under control. And it probably might not come as a surprise to you, but we have passed nearly 30 pieces of legislation to the Senate that would not only create jobs, but to begin to reel in some of these regulatory agencies that are actually making it more difficult for businesses to grow and expand and hire people. It's one thing to ban earmarks, and that works well if you've got a private sector economy that is thriving and is growing. But under this administration, that's not what we've seen. Through regulatory overreach, the EPA, the Department of the Interior, we've had issues with this administration. Regulations currently cost our economy about $1.7 trillion per year. And so it's very, very important that Washington understand that private sector growth is what's important. I appreciate you asking that question, Dale. Hey, this is Congressman Bill Johnson, and I appreciate you joining us today. If you've got a question and would like to ask it, press 0 on your keypad, and it'll get you right into the conference. And let me ask you again, if this is the first time you have ever participated in one of these conference calls, press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. If this is the first time you have ever participated in one of these conference calls, press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. And with that, we're going to go to Pansy down in East Liverpool. Hi, Pansy. How are you?
Hi. I'd like to know why they can't leave Social Security and all those good things alone and behave themselves.
It's a good question, and that's I don't know if you heard my introductory remarks or not, Pansy, but I co-sponsored a piece of legislation called the Social Security Preservation Act. For years, the federal government has used the Social Security Trust Fund to pay for their pet projects. When I came to Washington as your representative in January of 2011, one of the first things that I did was co-sponsor that Social Security Preservation Act that would restrict and prevent the federal government from raiding the Social Security Trust Fund. I will stand firm on this principle. Today's seniors who are dependent upon Social Security, they can't roll the clock back and make another investment strategy with their retirement dollars. They weren't asked by the federal government whether or not they could participate in Social Security. They were required to pay into Social Security with the tax out of their paycheck. And so that is an obligation and a payment that they have earned and deserve, and the federal government now needs to stand up to it and keep their hands out of the till. I believe that. Like I said, I got an 80-year-old mother who is also dependent upon those vital safety net programs. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm fighting to protect both Social Security and Medicare. So with that, let me ask you the question one more time. I ask you if this is the first time you have ever participated in one of these conference calls before, press 1 on your keypad for yes, press 2 for no. I appreciate that feedback. That kind of lets us know how effective these calls are, and it enables us to do a better job of communicating with you. I'm Congressman Bill Johnson. If you'd like to ask a question, press 0 on your keypad, and you'll get into the question queue. Let's go to Elmer Barton in Raylan. How are you?
Fine. Hello. Hello.
I'm here, buddy. Go ahead.
Bill, this is what I want to know. Now, I follow the politics and the Constitution and all this. Now, from here all through this Ohio government.
I think we lost him. We're going to go to another caller, and hopefully he'll call back in.